spoken in a calm, measured voice, almost a whisper at first, then growing stronger. I was still on the stage, black gown swaying under the hot lights, when the comment lit up my phone. "You're not even a real doctor." It was posted under my graduation photo, the one my uncle had shared to the entire extended family group. 37 likes. Names I'd known since I was 5. And right beneath it, another notification. A new photo from my sister. My parents, my sister, clinking champagne glasses against a cobalt blue sea in Santorini. Caption: "Family time is the best time, Red Heart." The auditorium roared with someone else's name. I turned my phone face down and smiled for the camera like nothing had happened. Because that's when I knew. Not suspected. Knew. Pause. Deep breath. Hi. If you're here, you already know the title of this video. I paid $14,000 to fly my family business class to watch me become a doctor. They used the money I sent for emergencies to go to Greece instead. And then they told the internet I didn't deserve the title. This is the full story. No screaming. No tears on camera. Just the truth, cold, sharp, and finally mine to tell. My name is Helen. I'm 31. I'm a board-certified emergency medicine physician. And for most of my life I was the family ATM with a stethoscope. Let me take you back. I grew up in a split-level house that always smelled like lemon pledge, and whatever perfume my mother sprayed before company came over. Diane, my mom, wore the same faded floral apron every night when she cooked for guests. She'd tie it like armor, smile wide, and when someone inevitably said, "Your daughters are gorgeous," she'd beam and answer, "Oh, Brooke is my beautiful girl. And Helen, well, she studies hard." It evens things out. I was 9 the first time I heard it. Standing at the sink, dishwater sliding down my wrists, plate frozen mid-scrub. Brooke giggled from the island, twirling her hair, soaking it in like it was oxygen. My dad, Mark, just nodded along, sipping his beer. Silence equals agreement. That was the rule. Birthdays? Brooke got themed parties planned 6 months out. I got a cupcake with a candle shoved in sideways on the morning of, if I was lucky. Recitals? Brooke's costumes were steamed and sparkling. Mine were hemmed by me at midnight with the sewing kit I bought with babysitting money. Report cards? Brooke brought home CS and got ice cream. I brought home straight as in got. "That's nice, honey. Make sure you tell your sister congratulations. Her TikTok just hit 10K. Medical school acceptance letter? I opened it at the kitchen table, hands shaking. Mom skimmed it, handed it back, and said, "That's cute, sweetheart. Did you see Brooke's prom dress yet?" Dad added, "Good job, Helen. Keep it up. That degree will take care of all of us one day." I laughed it off back then. Because that's what you do when you're the smart one. You tell yourself the love is there. It's just quieter. Then residency started. 80-hour weeks, nights where I slept in call rooms that smelled like bleach and despair. And every single month, without fail, the text came. "Helen, the furnace is acting up. Can you Venmo me $800 real quick? Helen, Brooke has an emergency root canal. $3,200. I'll pay you back, promise. Helen, Dad's car needs new tires before winter. $1,800. You don't want us stranded, right?" I sent it. Every time. Because I was the doctor now. Because they raised me. Because maybe if I gave enough, they'd finally see me. And I kept quiet when the money I sent for the furnace showed up as Brooke's spa weekend in Napa. When the root canal money bought my mom a designer bag. When the tires became a Rolex for Dad's 60th. I kept quiet because I still wanted them at my graduation. I wanted one clean moment where we all stood in the same room and pretended we were normal. So I did the unthinkable. I bought them business class tickets. $14,000 gone in one click. I printed the itineraries on thick cream paper, slipped them into envelopes like wedding invitations. I called them, voice steady. "You leave on the 4th. Ceremony is the 6th. Dinner after. They're calling my name early, please don't be late." Mom clapped like I'd offered her a coupon. Dad grunted approval. Brooke didn't even look up from her phone. I told myself it was fine. They were coming. That was enough. The morning of graduation, I stood backstage in my gown, scanning the family section. Row after row of empty seats with my name taped to them. My phone buzzed. "Brooke." We're not gonna make it. Something came up. Red heart. Love you. 3 hours before their flight. No explanation. I walked across that stage alone. Smiled for the photos alone. Ordered a single slice of cake at the restaurant alone. Then I went home, opened Instagram, and saw the Santorini pictures. The cliffside chapel. The champagne. The caption that made my chest cave in. Family time is the best time. And under my uncle's post, the comment that ended everything. You're not even a real doctor. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I sat on my couch in the dark and felt something inside me click into place. Like a bone finally setting after years of being broken. The next morning, I made coffee, opened my laptop, and started a folder called Receipts. Every transfer. Every emergency. Every Venmo with a lying caption. I lined them up next to their vacation photos like evidence in court. Then I found the audio. I'd but dialed my parents the day I bought the tickets. 23 seconds that changed everything. My voice excited. Your confirmations are in your email, business class, hotel under my name. Mom. Helen, that's a lot of money. Are you sure? Dad laughing. Let her do it. She's a doctor now. About time we relaxed. Brooke. If she's even a real doctor. Not one of those online schools. Kidding kind of. More laughter. Then Dad, casual, like he was ordering coffee. She thinks we're actually gonna show up. Poor thing doesn't realize she's basically our retirement plan. I played it on loop until the words stopped hurting and started sounding like freedom. I called my lawyer, Ellis. Take my name off everything, I said. Every bill, every account, every property I've been paying for. Today. By noon it was done. Then I booked a private dining room at the most expensive restaurant in town. The one they always bragged about but never paid for. I sent one text. Dinner tomorrow. 7 p.m. We need to talk. I've paid. They showed up on time. Perfume, linen, entitlement. Mom breezed in first. Sweetheart. We should celebrate. Your graduation looked lovely online. Shame about the seats. Must have been a mix-up. I didn't answer. I just dimmed the lights and clicked the remote. Slide 1. This is what family looks like when you're just the ATM. Slide 2. Every payment. Every lie. Side by side with their vacation selfies. Slide 3. The empty chairs at my ceremony next to their champagne toast in Greece. Slide 4. Uncle Ray's comment in 72-point font. You're not even a real doctor. Then the audio played. Their own voices filled the room. Lazy, cruel laughing. When it ended, you could hear the ice melting in their water glasses. I slid the folder across the table. Effective today, I am no longer responsible for any of your bills, your credit cards, Brooke's apartment, or your lifestyle. Everything is in there. Signed, notarized, done. Brooke started crying, the performative kind. You can't do this, that's my home. It was never yours, I said. You just lived in it rent-free for 6 years. Dad slammed his hand on the table. After everything we sacrificed. I cut him off. You sacrificed nothing. I paid for it all. Mom reached for my hand. I pulled away. The door opened. Professor Alvarez, my attending, my mentor, the man who'd written my recommendation letters, walked in. He looked at them, then at me. I'm proud of you, Dr. Helen. You earned this. You saved lives while carrying weight no one here bothered to notice. Then he turned to my family. You didn't raise a doctor. She became one in spite of you. He left. The silence that followed was the loudest sound I've ever heard. I stood up. Dinner's paid for, I said. That's the last thing you'll ever get from me. I walked out without looking back. 3 months later, I live in a quiet townhouse with a red Japanese maple outside the window. My phone doesn't buzz with emergencies that aren't mine. I started a podcast, Real Doctor, Real Life. The first month's ad revenue was exactly $14,000. I donated every cent to a scholarship in my grandfather's name. The only person who ever told me I belonged just for existing. Sometimes a letter shows up. Generic birthday cards with 2 words in my mother's handwriting. We miss you. I burn them on the patio and watch the ashes disappear. Because here's the thing they never understood. Love isn't a debt you pay forever. Sometimes love is the moment you stop paying. And peace. Peace is the sound of a sliding door closing on people who never deserve to walk through it. Some family is the one you're born into. The real one is the one you choose. Or the one you finally choose to live without. Thank you for listening. If this story helped you draw your own line in the sand, I'm proud of you too. The screen fades to black. Moral of the story: the moment you stop financing people who refuse to value you is the moment you finally become priceless.